like we said, the Pittsburgh Steelers are 2-1. They sit first place in the AFC North. If the season ended right now, they'd be the second place in the AFC. I don't know who they'd play, but
Buffalo.
They'd play Buffalo in the playoffs. That would be
which
yeah.
Josh Allen would throw 5 interceptions in that game. I can almost guarantee it.
That's huge. That is a real possibility. Buffalo in the playoffs, not really as scary as Buffalo during the regular season. How confident are you in this Pittsburgh Steelers team right now? Did you see this coming? And really, just are they a team that you could believe in? Are this Pittsburgh Steelers a team that you could believe in right now?
Well, yeah. So this ended up being a 1-score win last night, but I thought it was much more convincing than that. I thought they really thoroughly outplayed a team that was not as good as them. And so as a result, I think they took care of business, like I said, against a team that they are better than them, and that's what good teams do. I think you definitely had wavering confidence after the 49ers game. It was a little bit lessened after the Browns game because you thought the defense played really well, but that just kind of seemed like a repeat of last year. This was different, I thought. I thought this week did a lot to kind of get me back to where I was kind of during training camp, and where I thought that this team was not only capable of making a playoff run and probably should make it to the playoffs, but also capable of making a run within those playoffs. And I think I'm kind of back to that point a little bit. It's early. You don't want to swing too far one way or the other after 3 weeks. But yeah, I think everything we've seen so far kind of confirms what a lot of what we thought about this team during training camp, that it would be a process on offense. There would still be some kind of growing pains, but the defense is still elite and the schedule is still manageable, and you're still in a division that's super competitive and super wide open. So I don't think my expectations have, dipped a little bit beginning of the season, but we're back to, I think, where we were kind of right before that 49ers game.
Yeah, I agree. If anything, I think that maybe we got a little too high there at the end. A little too high at just before the regular season. It went from reasonable expectations, and I thought we managed those reasonable expectations very well. Like every time we talked about a Super Bowl, we mentioned how okay, it's not their year, but the year could be coming, and the pieces are in place to get this train rolling. And then just before the season, it was like, maybe the Pittsburgh, they might be that team, man. They could pull this off. And then week 1 came, and you're just like, oh, damn. Okay. Yeah. Nah, we're good. And now we're back to the middle ground, just like you said. Like a team that, if I had to guess, I'd still say they're a winning team this season. I still think they could pull off 10-plus wins. I still think they're a playoff team. I still think they could compete for the AFC North. And the fact that Joe Burrow might end up on IR and miss 4 games is huge. The fact that the Baltimore Ravens fell to the Indianapolis Colts, who might be good, but also the Baltimore Ravens might just have question marks, huge. The Cleveland Browns, they won by like 20 points yesterday, and still the only highlight that I have seen anywhere on social media is Deshaun Watson throwing a pass backwards to a running back and it becoming a fumble. There are concerns there, and you already have a game on those guys. I agree. I think that when you ask, are the Steelers real? Are the Steelers back? Yes, they're back to where they were in the beginning of July, right before training camp. That's where they are. Can they finish first place in the AFC North? Yeah, I think that's a really strong possibility right now. And I'm not going to say it's guaranteed, but the fall of the Cincinnati Bengals is significant because that was the only team that was a real serious, almost unbeatable threat to them coming into the season. But, if I'm going to call... Oh, go ahead.
Well, don't the Bengals now have 2 losses in the division? They've already played a third of their AFC because they lost to the Browns and the Ravens, right?
I don't think they played the...
Yeah, they played the Ravens week 2, didn't they?
Did they?
Am I making that up?
You might be making that up because I don't think the Ravens have played a... Oh, they did. They did.
Yeah.
They lost to the Browns and the Ravens.
Yeah.
So
they're way behind the 8 ball already. I think everyone else has a division win already, except for the except for the Browns or except for the Bengals.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's so even better. The Bengals are way behind the 8 ball right now, and you're looking at the situation and you're saying, "Oh, this is all manageable." This is as long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot, which is very possible. Everything's
Can't have injuries
good.
either.
Can't have injuries, but that's
But even Cam Hayward's gonna be out for a while. But I don't think
Deontay Johnson's out. Like
I don't think the defensive line skipped a beat, and the offense looked way better. Like this week, not saying they're better without Deontay Johnson, but like they
have
did
the
some
pieces,
things.
They have they have the George Pickens, they have the Calvin Austin. Those options actually look good. Good.
Yeah, sorry. And they had a sorry, no, you were good. And they had a run game too. Like I think that's huge too. Like they're finally figuring that out, and that changes a lot of things for them.
Yeah, exactly. Like the things are flowing. It's the right time to be in the right direction. I mean, are they real? I don't know. We'll find out. But for right now, you got to feel pretty good about where the Pittsburgh Steelers are.